favor of Estonia. Estonia managed to take the second map, even though someone expected that, someone didn't expect that, but that's why someone is a coach of mouse sports, I guess. Kasad, your thoughts?
Well, there you go. Estonia 16-9. HS, he was on the server this time.
Yeah, with 25.
Five times more than in the first time.
Yeah.
So good job. I mean, he proved that he's the best player of the server, obviously. I mean, he's, like I said, up-and-coming talent, and he showed it this map. And I'm kind of happy it's 1-1 that I predicted that correctly.
Yeah, at one point it was 8-0,
Yeah.
and Ukraine got a couple of rounds, and
Yeah.
you said that Estonia needs to take at least one more.
Yeah, it's not because of result, it's psychologically. When you lose rounds in a row, like 5, 6, 7, it can get into your head that you are feeling like powerless, that there is nothing you can do, and that can transfer into the second half, especially if you lose the pistol round, then it can go to hell. But luckily for them, it didn't. They took 2 more rounds after that. It was 10-5, right?
9-6, I think, or 10-5.
10-5, I'd say.
I think it's 10-5.
10-5, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think it's 10-5.
No, 9-6.
It doesn't matter. They took a round, and it didn't snowball.
No.
I mean, for them, their mistakes on the late part of the first half didn't snowball into the second half, which was good for them. They evened it out, and now they have a decent chance to reach top 16.
So Estonia looked really strong there on the T side.
Yeah, well, a start on the T side for Estonia, taking 8-0 before
8-0,
Ukraine got the first round, and well, we watched it. He said it. They need at least one more to to still be in the game, to not mentally just shut down. And they got that 9-6 half on the T side for train. That's more than good. Going to their CT side, I think one of the more crucial rounds would be that Sam Van clutch 1v2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Zeus, he planted the bomb. His guy was on like 10 HP on the upper slope, and Zeus is just running around trying to find that last kill. I'm pretty sure he was the one to blame for that round. Sam Van after that picking up that Molotov, going through the
Just to
Molotov.
mention that
Calculating,
maybe he has a formula written on the
if I stay like 2
on the bomb
seconds
train, and just looking at the watch, okay, 3 seconds, then I can maybe do it.
Yeah, that was
anyway, we commented on that he got like the worst timing ever.
Yeah.
He was constantly missing guys, like going on behind the trains, and luckily for him, he picked up that Molo, and Zeus was like on low HP.
Yeah.
And the only play Zeus had is to throw that smoke and try to go and kill him. He did throw smoke, but he stayed behind it, and he just kept the defuse. And it was a really important round, one of the most important rounds during the game, because if they lost, the money would be resetted again, and the momentum will be shifted on the Ukrainian side, and who knows what happened.
Until that point, Ukraine got a few rounds on the board on the T side, so even building money, bringing back the momentum they had on the T side, and so on. So. Props to Sam, but like he mentioned, HS, this Estonia looks like the one we saw against Israel. I mean, it's always HS on top, and then Fates is a few frags behind him. So they look like a team they were in the first game, in the first match they had against Israel. So I mean, this third map, this could be really interesting. And I gotta remind us all that Ukraine lost in the last qualifier and actually lost to Serbia, right?
Yeah, 16-9 on Mirage, was it? Yeah, I think
Inferno?
Maybe, but they played like they didn't care that much. They even lost the previous one against Hungary, I think, in the last event. So they never put up their strongest lineup. They never really showed too much effort playing for their national team. I don't know why.
They're one of the favorites, certainly, for winning the whole team. If
they can bring the strong lineup.
Yeah.
It's simple, of course. But Edward and they can line up really good team, but it's just they don't want to for some reason. But this lineup still has a chance to actually reach top 16. But I don't know. On Mirage, it's decided, right? Yeah. I would like to see HS on T side, like maybe playing middle.
Yeah, we were talking about HS and Train. We said that he's not going to have those wide corners that he needs, but it turned out to be a good thing. And
because
now coming into Mirage,
simply because they rushed outside very fast, first 8 rounds. And when you do that, when you just, there is one guy who will jump in for you and die if needed. He did his job after that. He picked up the return kills, he picked up the entries. They had the money, they had confidence, they had everything. He used that, so really, really good job. And now on Mirage, on decider, I would like to see him on T side, on middle, doing the same stuff. And maybe on CT side, maybe he can be on short, or maybe he can be the connector guy who has the most impact on the CT side of Mirage, who is always there to refrag, who is always there to go to pick some important frags, big impact kills. And like Creams does for Fnatic or Snacks, or I don't know. I mean, Snacks is usually playing, I think he's playing A now for VP, but he had that role before. Creams is the best example in old Fnatic. He was on that position on CT side, like to connector. He picked up so many important kills. I would like to see that guy there because there is a space on Mirage. He can do whatever he wants. Yep. So if the teammates actually do the stuff for him, flash, die for him, jump in for him, he can deliver. Do the damage. Yeah.
Yep. Again, Mirage, an open map, a lot of space for ops, but then again, a lot of space for rifles like HS is strong with.
Trying to, Kassad mentioning that, I'm trying to remember where he played on the CT side when they played Israel.
Can't remember, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think he played B apps, but I'm not sure. We're gonna wait. We have to wait and see. But yeah, Mirage is okay for ops, closing out that middle area, but you can flush him out pretty easily with that Copenhagen or top mid smoke. Yeah. And after that, smoking off CPL, smoking off connectors, so you can shut him down. So the thing that Slovenia did when they played Mirage, I think that's the way you utilize your op. They were moving him around constantly.
Yeah, that is the counter.
He went closing out B alone, B apps, taking that far corner, closing B alone, basically allowing his 4 guys to be on A, going for short. He was on mid, of course, from time to time, but just moving him around, I think that's the best way. You also surprise your opponents because you usually expect an op to be on mid. So I think that's the play to go.
I mean, it depends actually on the T defaults. Yeah. Like maybe they are playing heavily on B on the default and you cannot actually move there because you will get shut down because these can get really fast to B apps. They can throw smoke, flash, molotov, whatever, they can chase you out. Maybe they play like default heavily to A. You don't know, you need to wait for like 2 rounds to see what's going on. Like if you don't have anti-stratting, of course, you need to wait for a couple rounds to see their default, and then based on that you can move and move your op and try to get some opening kills. But putting HS on B, it can be a good thing, I guess, because he can close that down by himself, obviously, because he's really good. But I don't know if that's the best option because it's going to open so many possibilities for Ukraine to do on the other side. I don't know. I mean,
this is a competition where you can have max 3 players from each team. How different it is when you compare it, for example, with pro teams which have all the 5 players, playing together?
Well, it depends from country to country. I mean, you have like players that used to play together in the old team, so it's not really difficult to them to coordinate and talk and play good. And then you have like players like Ukraine does, and I can imagine that these players didn't play together for a single map before this event. So most of Fix was in the last year's lineup, as I remember. The other 2 players, Mike and Coldy, didn't. And Angel was playing only in Hellraisers, Zeus was in Navi, and I don't think they ever played together, and that is a disadvantage for them in this map. But I don't know. I mean, I think now Estonia has a decent chance to win this.
Percentage-wise, how much would you give to Ukraine and Estonia for winning this 3rd match?
Personally, I'm going to go 60-40 Estonia.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, slight edge to Estonia.
Yeah, winning train, being on that momentum, I would say that's around, okay, 55-45, something like that.
Yep. Talking about the lineup of Ukraine, which lineup do you think would be the best one?
Obviously simple, Edward. It's very difficult to actually maybe
Yeah, it's difficult to pick.
Basically, the mix between Navi and Flipside, right?
yeah, maybe Shara.
He
Blade.
played.
Shara played last
Blade
match.
to lead them, of course, because he's an amazing guy and he's so useful to his team. And I don't know about the fifth guy. I would have to think about it.
Yeah.
But it's simple: Edward, Blade, Shara, and +1, I guess.
Ukraine won the knife round and picked the CT side. How do you feel about that?
But on Mirage, you cannot. I mean, it's a balanced map. It's not
Yeah.
like heavily favored into any side. So picking CT is like maybe they feel more comfortable there, right?
You know, thinking about the last map, they were losing actually 8-0 on that CT side.
It's easier, of course,
Yeah.
to play on T side as a mix because
yeah.
there doesn't require so much like coordination like on the CT side, and like map awareness is another thing. So I don't know. I mean, it's easier to play on T side. Maybe they have some kind of a plan for Mirror CT, or they just picked it because they feel more relaxed on the CT side.
Do you think Switch maybe they want to be more aggressive and change the way they played on train?
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, you can go aggressive in A-apps. You can go like two guys pushing ramp, one third guy flashing in for them, and maybe going for mid control together with three guys or something like that. But we'll see.
We'll see how that would turn out.
They don't have very aggressive players in their lineup. If there was a simple,
that would be different.
That would make sense. But
Go with the predictions. You said, yeah, percentage-wise, but let's go with the results.
16-12 Estonia.
16-12.
I mean, after that train, I gotta agree,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, I have to listen to the coach. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the third map is about to start. Mirage, let's go live with Mega Man and Harold. Go, guys.
Alrighty, thank you very much, George. Welcome back over towards the caster desk, and we will be bringing you guys our final map in this BO3 between Ukraine and Estonia. My name is Mega Man. Joining me once again is my brother from another mother. It's Harold. How you feeling, brother?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm ready for this one. It is Ukraine's chance to prove that they just had a bit of a minor slip up in the last game, and that Estonia, well, they have the chance to prove they're the better team. And that's what really matters going into this one. They had a real good game last time. It was a 9-6 half, and they won, only conceding 9 rounds. So a massive performance. It's going to be a mid-take coming in from Estonia. Of course, Ukraine won the knife round. They chose that CT side, and they are going to be playing with that. So Estonia now working on into that mid-zone. They are going to dink down Smike, but Fetch also going to be dinked down by his teammate, which is always nice to see.
I've never seen so much TKing going on in a game before. It's almost every single round somebody's getting shot by a teammate of some sort. The revamp, though, the bomb is going to go back over towards the B halls, and there are 2 players that are going to be formidable over here. That's going to be Fix and Angel. Angel's going to be able to spot this out, pops a shot, falls back. He's got a teammate over by bench as the push comes in, but he's going to get gooshed up as well. Drops, that's the first casualty on the board. And now Angel's got to get himself out of here. He's stuck in the open. He can't get away, and Fed's just going to be able to find him. So it's a 2-for-0 trade in favor of Estonia to start this off with a bomb plan at B.
Yeah, not a great start into the round for Ukraine if they want to come back into this. Zeus is trying to get some work done. He's going to get a kill, make it a double kill, but he's going to be traded out now. 2 versus 4 as Smike works his way in cold. He finds one. Smike follows it up, and now it's all on Chetty. He's been spotted out. So Smike is low. There's the kill going through. Colby now, man, to do it, but he can't. Chetty wins it out with a 2K, and that is the clutch in the bag. 3 kills in the round, and Ukraine wondering why they couldn't just get a little bit closer to the win.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that so much damage came out so early for the Ukrainian side. I mean, you saw it first-handed. Smike got gooshed at the very beginning of the round, so he wasn't very effective. He had to actually effectively bait Zeus, who was over by the window in the marketplace, while he tried to walk around and sneak up a little bit closer onto the players to get a little bit of an off angle. He did manage to find the kill, but it's not going to be enough in the long run. But now into this round, again, you see Smike with the scout here in window room. He's going to have a little bit of a tag up there on the Fedge, drops him to 31, but Fedge immediately was on an AK, swaps over for the UMP and throws the AK over to a teammate so they can keep that in the mix on the higher HP players. And now Smike is going to go all the way over towards that B bomb site and just try to jump scout for the eventual potential push that could come in that avenue. But as of right now, the fanned out Estonian side, the bomb is in mid by itself. There is another player at top mid to try to support. That was Sam. They're going to fall on back from this one and try to revamp over towards the A bomb site. They've got forward palace control. 1 player in the backside of that A bomb site. That's Coldy with the Deagle. But they're rotating him off. And Zeus from A ramp might have had a lot to do, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. Should hear footsteps. Player drops out of palace. Zeus is going to go toe for toe with him right now. Actually gets him dinked down to 18 HP. The rotation comes back around towards A. He's got to find this player, and he's not going to get the shot, unfortunately.
Yeah, Chessie moving his way in, just hoping to get a kill. Coldie is going to go down, and so far this has been a pretty clean round for Estonia. As long as they don't let those two low players die, this should be quite alright. There is a bit of money being built up. That's HS with the UMP in hand, just making sure he's going to build up that economy. But the force buy from Ukraine is going to be turned into a save, and there is nothing they can do to get themselves back into this one. As Estonia just storming forward, hoping to get into the same momentum they got in the last game. If they can, by God, this is going to be really, really bad for the Ukraine, because although they won the first map in somewhat of a dominant fashion, they will not be looking good. That is Angel recovering an AK for his team and holding on to it. And he should be pretty safe. He should be able to hold that into the next round, but working his way over towards... He's going to be holding his back, just making sure no one can come in and do any damage. That should be enough work done for Ukraine in this round. They are keeping 3 players alive. That's 2 armors and a scout. That should be enough. That's a pretty successful bit of work.
That's actually... Angel getting that AK is bigger than what we're giving him credit for right now. Finding that kill, he's got armor behind that. So... given where they actually put him, it could be super effective into this round, and you can see he's actually going to go over towards connector, so he's going to have a decent rotation back over towards the A bomb site, should the time arise for him to come over there, because they are going to be hitting in towards A. Zeus with the 5-7 underneath the balcony. He's going to be looking for this aggression to come out. Flashbang in, and Rops is going to be able to wall him down underneath the balcony, but the push is on, and oh, Angel, he's not going to be able to get it done with that. And Rops is on 3 kills already into this round, so Estonia... they're going to get that 3-0 start that they were looking for. This is nice.
Yeah, absolutely is. And Estonia just proving that they are a very, very strong team, and you can't just try and walk through. HS is going to go down there through a nice kill from Fix, but Fix needs to wake back up again. He was so powerful in that first map on Cobblestone. He needs to come back to that form. And there's another kill. Make it a triple kill. Bloody hell. He's doing the damage here. And if they can find one more, that'll be sufficient damage to call it a very successful round. But it's not going to work out too nicely. It's just Fix alive. 3 kills so far. Are they going to rear their ugly heads? Is Fetch going to be going for the greed kill? He's just going to back off. He's going to hold on to that AK. That's 2 players alive. So, I mean, it could be worse. But the buy should be out here for the Ukraine. They should be able to pick up some guns and be pretty happy with that. So, happy days. Ukraine onto the buy now to see what they can get done, and well, hopefully they can do some work.
Yeah, that last round, actually, you talked about Fetch, if he was going to hunt that kill. The smart play there was actually just staying in jungle and guarding the 2 AKs that were dropped on the last couple of kills that came from Fix, not allowing him to carry over an AK into this next round, which is a smart play. He was able to maintain his armor through 2 anti-eco rounds, so he's able to save a little bit of money that way, but this is a bit of a brutal start to the round right now. Fetch is going to be able to open up onto both Zeus and Coldie. No trade really positive for the CT side at all, as it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Estonia to open up this A bomb site, and they're fully executing. Ropes is already up here with this AWP by connector. Should be able to get a little bit of a line of sight, some vision over onto the players in jungle, as he's going to slow peek around the corner. Now that player did drop out in mid. That's Angel. He's going to readjust. So another round looking to go on the board here for Estonia. Fix going to be able to find one. His aim's been on point so far in this matchup, but are they going to push back in? That flashbang going to hold him back a little while longer, and you got to remember they've got an AWP that's over here by connector. He's playing from stairs. If they peek out at all, he should be able to take them down, and they're going to fall back from this one finally. So 4-0 for Estonia, and the first gun round goes their way as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Estonia once again just proving that they are a team to be reckoned with, and it's really not working out too nicely here for Estonia. What on earth is able to be done to get back into this one? I don't know, because the Ukraine right now are just having trouble. They are going to be able to save that AWP and an M4. That's it. That's all that they're going to have to play with in the next round, and they had a full buy this round. Whether they're going to be able to, I don't know, force up, maybe drop some weapons across. I just don't think it's enough. Estonia are looking really, really strong right now. I don't see anything stopping this momentum from continuing into this one. Coldie not going to be able to get any weaponry, and there we go. Chetty is going to stab his mate. That's fetched down to 39 HP, and already a really bad start into the round for Estonia. But
I think that's twice now that Chetty's done that. He gooshed him in pistol round, if you remember correctly, dropped him down to like 40 HP. The damage being done here from one team onto itself is pretty bad. I mean, 39 HP. He's going to have to... I mean, they might just send him in first to be the sacrificial lamb in this one. You can see the mollies coming out. That actually splits the Estonian offensive side, but Rope's going to find a nice shot there. They do have a couple of players over in this bomb site to try to defend right now, but it's going to be a nice push here from Fix. He's been the one doing all the work here so far for the Ukrainian side. He's going to pick up a third as well. Switches over to the secondary, going to get himself back behind bench, trying to just spam up to buy time for his teammate. He's getting the fourth, going to get the ace as well. He's very low on HP with only 5. His teammate coming around from the backside of the halls, going to do a little bit of damage into this one. Pistol is out, tags up, 18 HP. Can he finish him off?
Yeah, if he can't, this will be absolutely disastrous. Luckily, Coldy will find that kill onto HS. And like I said, if Fix comes alive, they're going to start winning this game. But unfortunately, it can't just be Fix's job. Everyone needs to start fragging. Otherwise, it's going to be serious trouble for Ukraine. They're going to win one round and get some rifles up. And at this point, both economies are very low. Teeter on the edge of defeat. So, and on which team can get themselves into this one quicker. If Ukraine win this round, they start to win the game. If Estonia win this round, they start to run away with the game.
Harold, my fun fact for the day.
Oh.
Fix is still on that 5.7 that he bought in the second round.
Bloody hell.
He's only died one time. That came in the pistol round. He's had 5.7s in the second round. He's just saved 2 times in a row. 3 times in a row. And then they finally get their first round on the board. Execute coming in towards the A bomb site. Zeus trying to hold this one off from default. It's going to be Coldy up on balcony to find 2. Smike is in on the mix as well. Coldy with 3. And it's all going to be down to Ropes. He's got this AWP, but he's in a 1v5 and not a lick of damage really onto the CT side. Coldy only taking 3 damage from the splash damage of a nade. Aside from that, he finally eventually loses his life, but this is going to be nigh impossible, and it will be impossible. Angel finishes it off.
Yeah, real quick round there from Ukraine, able to force an eco out of Estonia here, which is the biggest talking point of the round. And that should be Ukraine given the opportunity at least to equalise this into a 4-on-4. And looking like they are actually coming back alive now. They get a little bit of momentum, they get rolling, maybe there's a chance they win this series. But if Estonia, I mean, it's quite simple. All Estonia have to do is continue playing how they've been playing so far, and they're going to win this game. That's the disaster for Ukraine, because they're the ones that have the onus on them to wake up and start fragging. Angel is going to work out his way onto short, finds the opening frag onto man at top mid, and now Rops getting tagged down, and this round is over before it's even begun. Angel 2k, Zeus 2k, and Smike to finish it off with the pistol. And that is one round in the bag for Ukraine now. It's going to be a buy-up for Estonia to keep themselves in the lead, or Ukraine to equalise the game out. Both of them, of course, could be quite big.
Well, here's the biggest part about this right here, right now, too, is the fact that they kept 5 players alive into that round, 4 and alive at the round before that, so the money's going to start stacking up wholeheartedly for Ukraine. The big thing is we'll just have to see how they recover, and that's nice. Mike actually finds Fedge. Fedge was slightly falling off of the little sandbags there at the top side of mid, and it goofed up his aim just enough that Smike was able to land that, because otherwise he should have died. That pick should have gone the way of Estonia. That little bit of movement there, and it's going to cost them.
Yeah, absolutely is. That's the AWP down, and we know Fetch is very, very powerful with the AWP when you let him go free.
He was a madman on train.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
he was up at, what, 14 and 1 at one point on train in the first half?
Yeah,
so, I
you
mean,
got
getting
to
him
be
off
careful.
the board is definitely very beneficial for the Ukrainian side moving forward, at least in this round.
The AWP is going to be recovered onto Rops. He's going to be hoping that he can get some work done with it and try and give his team an opportunity. Not sure about that flash. I guess he was just checking CT.
Well, there's nobody watching mid right now for the terrorist side, and they did actually boost up in the window room, so that's actually not a bad flash at all. If there was a flank possible coming out, Smike is going to be able to pop flash in towards CT and check for that. So
what that tells us
little
is that,
little explanation.
Yeah, what that tells us is that Ukraine are fully aware that there could be a player coming from jungle or window.
Absolutely.
So that's a really nice bit of play, and it just shows us what they're aware of, what they're making sure that they know, and that's a good bit of team play, just giving us that indication that they are talking, they are letting each other know, covering, and as the push comes in, you can see Zeus watching upper, Colby watching towards jungle, just making sure no one's going to be able to get through easily as Smike will take the head, clean off Rops. Finally a man will come towards stairs, and the refrag is in. HS not able to do much work, as Chetty from that window position will find one. Fix keeping himself alive by a hair's trigger. And the bomb down towards A ramp means nothing more will come of this round. Chetty has escaped, and he will be keeping his weapon on as Fix and taken down. But nice kill comes in from Chetty. He's going to be able to kill the kill. Of course, that was worth it for Fix, it was worth going for that, because if he had got the kill, it would have meant no money at all for Chetty, but this time not quite worth it, and Chetty is going to be holding onto that AK and armor in a 4-on-4. So, Ukraine tie up the scores.
Yeah, and I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, they've got plenty of money now on the CT side that he can go for that chase and try to get that gun out of his hand, and also punish the economy even further for the Estonian side. The unfortunate thing is that he doesn't win that aim duel. He loses the rifle, but that's okay because they had so many players alive at the end of that round that it doesn't really make too much of a difference. 2 players, or at least 1 player, getting spotted out on the A ramp. That's going to be Smike to find Rops to get the early aggro pick. Fix at the bomb site, gets tagged up by the P250, but that's going to be okay. He's going to re-aggress on this one, actually. The flashbang comes out. Or actually, that was an HE grenade, and he's going to clean up both of them. Chetty, he's got that AK that he salvaged from last round, finds one, but Smike is going to deck him to the floor, and it's all down to HS, who's had a relatively quiet matchup into this one. After being the top fragger on train and really being the formidable force to be reckoned with for the Estonian side, he's kind of started off a little bit flat-footed here. He does have 4 kills, so he's up there with Fedge, who was another force to be reckoned with for the Estonian side, who had that tremendous terror-side half. But it's Chetty and Ropes that have been leading the way. Fix for the CT side. Smike is joining him, 10-2 and 9-3 respectively. The rest of them are kind of huddled around there at 5, 6, and 4 kills for Ukraine. But the big thing about this, though, is that they've managed to string 5 rounds together on the Ukrainian side. And we talk about the economy a lot in this game, and that's going to actually start to benefit the Estonian side here if they continue to lose rounds, because they'll continue to be able to put formidable buys on the board and keep the pressure onto the Ukrainian side.
Absolutely, as the pusher will come in now. Trying to get from mid into A. They've done it before, but they've failed. And that mid presence from the CTs works out. Sam is going to find one, but the 2K comes through from Angel, looking for the third, which is Sam Van, very, very low on HP. It's going to take 1 bullet to take him down, and that's exactly what happens now. 2 is 4, and not much that Estonia can do. Rops is in a nice position, but without the bomb, there's not a massive amount that he can get done, and Smike will take him out. HS now the last man alive. He's been spotted. They know exactly where he is. There's no discrepancies here, and if he's even able to escape with his life in his hands, I'll be relatively surprised, because these CTs want his head on a platter, and Coldy's going to take it. It's 6-4 to Ukraine, and finally, they seem to be waking up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely on the back foot on train. They're looking good this time around, you know. And we harp on Zeus a little bit because he is only at 5 kills, 10 rounds in. He's got a 0.5 frags per round ratio right here. But he has 6 assists, which means that he's pretty much the one that's getting the intel for the Ukrainian side. He's doing the damage to him as well, albeit nades or pre-fires or a little bit of spamming and stuff like that to find that, and then losing his life later on. That's not good, though. Misses the spray there in mid, and he's actually going to get dinked through the wall with the Desert Eagle. That's a little bit of a detriment, but it's Angel over on Catwalk to find, too. One more at the top side of mid to deal with, and there's actually a little bit of body damage that goes out, and Angel's going to finish that off. Coldy onto Chetty, and that's going to leave Robson on 1 versus 5. And again, I mean, they're not able to finish off Zeus after the early damage is done. And over at B, Fix is going to be able to finish him off. So 7 rounds now in a row for Ukraine. If they finish out this half at 11-4, then they're going to be feeling really confident going into that terrorist side. And they're a pistol round away from getting up to maybe 14 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. They are definitely doing well. And Estonia are looking somewhat troubled. Estonia need to get back into this one. Fedge, we've seen him with the AWP a few times. He got unluckily shut down in the last round, but maybe he can come back alive now. Maybe he can get back into this one. He's going to be taking mid control for his team, as Smike will be boosted over onto short to try and get some quick damage done. But Fedge is the man to try and stop him. He will get the kill there onto Fix, and that opens it up massively. With only 17 HP left, it doesn't matter because he got the kill. And he got himself the opening into this round. Just sitting back now, just behind Delpan, hoping someone else is going to take a peek over towards short, but it's not going to happen. Estonia quite happy to take the lead they've been granted here. And this is going to be...
Delpan, huh?
Delpan, yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard it called that.
Just now.
The little nook behind that alcohol.
Yeah, where the chair is.
Gotcha. Most people just call it chair, but Delpan, I like that.
Yeah.
Coldy, though, he finds 2, opens up. Really nice recovery from Ukraine into this round. They do lose 2 players, but they get 3 in return. And with Fedged as low as he is at the top side by chair, or Delpan, as you put it earlier, they don't really have any control into this round. Bomb rotating back around through the palace hallways. They've got a push coming down onto ramp. And this is what I was telling you. You know, Zeus doesn't have a lot of kills into this, but he's getting so much information for his team that he's just able to walk right on up. So, just patiently pushing, getting all this information. They don't know where these last two players are, and they've actually left Angel in a compromising position. He spots out Fedge there in connector, but he's going to go down to Chetty over in the A bomb site. Now both CTs are so far out of place that it's just going to be very hard for them to recover. Fake bomb plant comes in, and that's actually going to be beneficial because that's going to leave the CTs with a little bit of time to rotate in.
Yeah, absolutely. The bomb is going to be going down on that A bomb site. The flank from Zeus. And the connector plate from Smike. That's the AWP. And there it is. The kill comes through. Chetty opens it up, and now the AWP has to do work. Smike finds the opening kill, but Chetty still to play for, and Chetty's going to win that one out. A massive bit of play comes in. Finally, Estonia take the win. That's massive. And finally, Estonia get themselves back onto the board, and that's what we've been waiting for.
And the big thing about that, too, Harold, is the fact that they recovered really nicely out of that round. Pick, but then they lose, like, 3 players to a 1-player trade, and that is just a huge detriment to them, and then they recover. Chetty's going to be able to find that. Fast aggression onto the A bomb site, so we're going to not skip a beat here. Smite getting aggressive into Palace. He might get caught out by Tetris. He's got to push forward, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Angel coming off a cap, but it's going to be Coldy to drop the Chetty. I'm not sure what Fix is doing over here in this B bomb site. There we go. Maybe he just stood up for a second and stretched, but the hit comes in towards A, and it's Chetty again. 3 kills for him to open up this round. They don't realize that Smike is going to come out through this smoke. He finds 2 kills, takes down HS and Sam, but Rops is going to be able to come back in on that, and it's all Fix in a 1 versus 3. Chetty on 27 HP, 21 for Rups. Fedged, he's got the high ground right now. He's behind the default boxes, or triple boxes, boosted up on top there. He's going to be looking to do a little bit of damage, and Chetty on this flank, well, that's the 4K again. That's 8 kills in 2 rounds for Chetty. He's now 15-9, doing some serious work for his team. And see if he can continue pushing forward right now, because Estonia find their 6th round.
Yeah, but still Ukraine up on 7. And with 2 remaining, whoever takes these 2 is going to be pretty happy. If Ukraine can take a 9-6, especially after the start they got, I think they'll be pretty happy with that. But if Estonia can equal this out and even win the half, potentially, that could be really, really big for them. The AWP is out on both Smike and Rops. I'm not sure why Fetch isn't picking that one up. Maybe Rops had a better spawn, potentially, but...
Well, Rops has been using the AWP pretty much the entire half so far. Fetch only picked it up 2 times. Rops has had it pretty much the whole half, so... Maybe they're just favoring, maybe he feels more confident with it on this map. But Train on T-side was Fetch's playground.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely is one of those weapons where if you're feeling it, you're feeling it. But if you're not, you're not. And Rops is getting...
though, oh my
this
God.
is mortar fire coming in right now.
Yeah, he's just getting bombarded.
Yeah, not really going out too well for him. And Estonia, well, they at least haven't lost him, I guess, is the saving grace here. As Chetty will be taken down, leaving it now in a 3.5 versus 5, because Rops really doesn't count as a full player at the moment. Got that AWP in hand. Fetched is going to be working towards this connector, but the bomb is left towards B. This is a fake play, as HS will work his way up short. Zeus seems to be aware he's going to be able to get somewhat of a tag off, and just falling back is exactly what he needed to do, but he doesn't do it well enough. That's interesting. But hey, either way, good stuff. Fetch going to take down Fix, now in a 3 versus 4. All those 2 players are very low. Fetch will go down, and Sam Van to fall. Now both the remaining players have no HP. HS could go down here, but Smite turning away at the wrong point is an absolute disaster. Colby just going to catch him, but he can't get the kill off. Finally gets it in, and it's all on Colby now versus the AWP of Rops. 1 versus 1. I'm not sure why he's picking this up. The call should have come through, but then again, they don't know that Rops is low because it was an indirect fire. It was nades going through onto his position.
Yeah, that's the thing. He actually got tagged down by 2 nades, so that's... I mean, he's in a brilliant position right now with this AWP. It's a 1-shot, 1 kill. As long as you hit him above the waist, and he's going to get the opportunity. Misses the opening shot, but he hits the return one, and it's another recovery from Estonia. They were playing for the back foot almost the entire duration of that round, just based off of HP values, but it comes down to the 1v1, and Rups is going to be able to get it done. So Estonia pick up their 7th round. They've got the opportunity to win this half, and this is a recovery. We saw 7 rounds in a row go the way of Ukraine. This is the craziest part about it, is we could actually get a palindrome of rounds going throughout this half, where it was 4 to open up for Estonia, 7 for Ukraine, and then 4 to close out for Estonia, and that 8-7 half comes to fruition for the Estonian side. They're down, but they're not out, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. There is still hope, this pig. There is still meat to be skinned. As Angel holds up close and personal here. Could be going for a peek, but he gets taken straight out. Fetch going to be defending his teammate there. And that's exactly what needed to be done. Estonia looking to win themselves the half here. Off the back of clutches and opening frags. HS to take down Coldy. And now this round is looking somewhat out of control. Zeus going to take a peek. And Zeus is one of the names we really should have been seeing a lot in this game. He's bottom of the scoreboard. He hasn't really been showing off the whole series. And that's going to be 7-8 in the fans of Estonia. It's really not looking good.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that you point that out, that Zeus is having a little bit of an off series right now. I mean, you talk about this guy. I mean, he was just recently removed from the Na'Vi roster in place of Simple, who, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody and their mother knew that that move was going to be coming, because he's been, kind of the underperformer for the team. He used to be the IGL for Na'Vi. Starks took over that role. Which we actually heard Kassad talking about the coaching changes that Valve has put out earlier that pretty much every professional in the scene does not agree with, which is crazy. You talk to any of the analysts, there's been multiple videos. I know Moses put one out, Dust Barrett put one out, Simler put out a video as well. I believe there was an article written by Lurpus. Kassad's weighed in with his thoughts. And you think about like the changes and stuff. The main reason that Ukraine finally or that Na'Vi finally dropped Zeus in place of getting Simple was because they wanted to have the firepower, because they have the IGL and the mind of Starks behind things, and they're one of the teams that got pretty much punted in the baby maker because of the changes to the coaching thing. The other team that comes off at the top of my head that's big affected by this, Harold, I'm sure you could take a wild stab at it.
Well, it's hard to say really, because they've been so on and off so far. They do take 7 rounds in this, but they still lose the half, and that's not good enough, because we know that they're capable. They wouldn't be able to take 7 rounds in a row if they weren't capable of doing really well. Yet somehow they allow this to happen to themselves. They lost the last game. They stand in potential of losing this game after losing that CT side. It's really not good enough, and unless we see them come alive massively right now, we're just going to see them continue falling. And like the desk said, last year Ukraine went out to Serbia. Imagine that. Imagine losing to Serbia. How bad would that be?
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to talk to the analyst desk after this match is over. Just be sure about that one.
Just want to trigger everyone in the office and production. Just make sure they are way up, stay triggered.
They're Serbian. They're always triggered.
Yeah. Well, if there's any Serbians out there, please don't hate me. I do not deserve to die.
You can hate him. He's from UK. He doesn't even have a CS scene.
No, that's offensive, my lord. My CSC, see my CSC next game. Thank you very much.
Yep, we'll get to see him lose to Slovenia. It'll be nice.
We're the boss. We're the king.
They actually looked pretty good in the series that I cast the other day with who did I cast that with? I believe that was with Harry. Might have been with Milosh. Could have been with Milosh, but I do remember. See, somebody said UK CS greater than Slovenia in chat. We'll have to see. Time will tell. Time will tell. The UK did look good in their series before, but we'll have to see how this one turns out. But right here, right now, we're just waiting for the second half to go live into this one. This is map number 3. Ukraine, it's crazy because they actually traded map picks here. Ukraine won Cobblestone, which was Estonia's map pick. That was 16-4. And we thought they were just going to cruise control through this series, but Kassad threw out the crazy prediction that Estonia was going to be able to take train over the Ukrainians. Ukraine, especially when you think about, the players from Hellraisers, the players from Na'Vi, train is typically a home map for the Ukraine side. And they lost 16-9 on that one. Didn't even get double-digit rounds. And this time around, going evenly into the second half, Estonia having another pretty tremendous terrorist side on Mirage. Now, it did say that, when you're playing with a mixed team, when you're playing with a pug, terrorist sides are generally easier. And I do agree with that. Anytime that you go in and you play like, a Face-It pug or an ESEA pug or even a Civo pug, or even matchmake when you play with strangers, it seems that terrorist side can be favored on almost every single map just based off of the fact that you don't really need to necessarily rely on teamwork. You can rely on raw skill to open up rounds. And you saw that from Chetty 2 rounds in a row with those back-to-back 4Ks and that 1v2 clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. The skill shining through. And, well, all of the Estonia players, they're all showing us why they deserve to be on that team. And really, it is prominent because Ukraine, no answer for this right now. It is going to be an A play coming out from the Ukraine, and Estonia quite happy to try and retake. But not going to be easy whatsoever for Ukraine because there are still 5 players on that Estonia side, each and every one of them devoted to removing the heads of Ukrainian men. As the push does finally come in, HS just staying in retake here, finds one before he's shut down. But that should be enough as long as his teammates can pick up the pieces. Now 3-men push towards CT. They're getting a little bit confused here. They need to stop bunching up, as Zeus will go down. Chetty follows it up, and Angel going to go down as well now, all onto Smite. And once again, Estonia just stomped through the defense, and Smite unable to get the kill off. What on earth is going on here for Ukraine?
It's crazy to think about. Look at how much damage they did to those players in CT spawn. And then they lose the aim duels to the rotation coming back around because they try to fall back from the stairs in CT and go back in towards that A bomb site. If they just pushed forward, they could have found those kills and had a really nice crossfire. But the unfortunate thing about that is they lose those duels, and Ukraine playing from the back foot once again. Estonia picking up the second half pistol. And Kasada, I believe, actually threw out a prediction of 16-14 for Estonia to be able to take this 2-1 series. So that's pretty crazy to think about, because if the rounds trade back and forth, we could very well see this go the distance of all 30 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure if you noticed this, by the way, but the dim around the players does actually dim a little bit when they stop moving or stop making noise. So,
yeah, that was actually in the
latest
update that came out last night when they changed the final 3 pistol sounds on the Desert Eagle, the US, or 4 pistols, pardon me, the P2000, the USP, the Desert Eagle, and the Glock. They also added in this feature, for those of you who haven't seen it before, as the action does start up, but it is an eco round, so it's not going to be a whole lot to talk about, as Estonia should just be able to lay them out. Is that when it all comes down, you'll see the glow. You can actually change the settings. I haven't toyed with it enough yet.
I've had a little fiddle.
Okay, so you can probably keep it still the dominant full glow effect that it normally was in the past, but when players are holding down their wall key or they stop moving, the glow around them fades to show that they're not actually making any noise. You can still see the glow, but it dims down a little bit. So as a spectator, you can actually see, okay, this player is not making any noise. So when a player like peeks or pre-fires a corner, you'll know for a fact that that player didn't actually make any noise in that area, which is kind of a little cool feature that they added in here, where it's like, all right, now you can really see the top tier talent in the game, how they adapt to situations, and how they, have to peak certain angles at certain times and make certain things happen. And going to this first gun round, Rop's going to be able to find one. HS answers with one as well, and they've got a player stuck over here by headshot. HS is going to be able to find 2 more kills into this. He's stepping up into the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that whatsoever, as Estonia do really pound their way through and just defend against this attack from the Ukrainians. Only Coldy remains now. He's going to get a nice spray down on 1, but left on 26 HP and the bomb out of his control. What can he really do? Pistol comes out and Rob's going to drop him. Round is over. It's 11-7 for Estonia, and Ukraine are missing their Gonzo. And going into this 19th round, Estonia quite happy to continue the winning streak. This is a full eco from Ukraine. Estonia should be able to take themselves a 12th round here. Shouldn't be too much standing in the way of that. And I don't really see any problems arising so far, as long as Estonia just keep doing what they're doing. HS is going to go aggressive with the MP9 in hand, hoping to get some work done. A little bit too long range for him. He's going to have to fall back as he will be pushed, but he will get the first kill and the second. That's money in his pocket. 1200 as Drops now takes down 1 more. Looking for a second in the round, and it's all on Smike with 2 health to try and win this round, but it's not going to work. 12 rounds on the board for Estonia.
Yeah, and they're showing no signs of slowing down right now. I mean, they kept 3 players alive into that first opening gun round. They didn't lose. They lost 1 player in the pistol round. That's not a big deal because you're going into a bye afterwards. They keep 5 alive, 3 alive, and 5 alive. So you can already see how that's affecting the economy here for Estonia. 7,000 plus on 3 of the players, 6,550 for Rops. The only one that has a rebuy is Sam, and that's because he died 2 rounds ago. And he's actually having a pretty lackluster match right now, but it's 19 kills for Chetty and Rops at 17, HS at 16. So these guys are doing a tremendous amount of work for their team right now, and that's why they've got a 5-round lead for the Estonian side.
Yeah,
and it doesn't stop yet.
He is just not going to give up any space whatsoever as Angel goes down, and 4 AKs remain to try and do work. It seems Ukraine may or may not have forgotten the bomb in this instance. They're going to have to go back and reclaim that.
They may or may not have forgotten how to aim as well.
I think that's more of a
they're getting torn up right now.
Yeah, not too much that can be done to save this. Okay, I mean, HS, he just doesn't care, does he? He's just taking liberties right now, making money, putting it in his pocket and saying, thank you very much, good sir. But again, let's remember that Estonia did win the first 4 rounds in the first half, and then we saw Ukraine come back with 7 in a row. So maybe there is still a chance for Ukraine to get back into this one. It is going to be an A-hit coming out in the hands of the T's. And Rops with the AWP in hand does take down Coldy. And now 3 versus 5. This is looking really good. Zeus in a nice position. We'll take down 1. And that Molotov could take HS out of the equation. Just about escaping his fate. 6 HP left on HS as the retake will come in. Almost all from CT. 3 players getting ready. And HS just peeking around this little corner. Fix finds the first. Rops going to go down. And Chetty will be able to get 1 back in. Leaving it now in a 2 versus 2. Smike playing from the connector. He isn't going to be smoked out just yet. Instead, the smoke's going to go onto the bomb. Chetty just clearing all the corners. Smike is going to find 1, and it's all on Chetty now to win this for his team. But Smike in a good position. All he has to do is crouch, and he's out of the firing line, but he finds the headshot nonetheless. That is pretty good stuff.
That was actually a really good recovery from Ukraine into that one, and it's playing out the same way as the first half, but, you know, Mega Man Fun Facts of the Day number 2, if it replays the same way as the first half, Kassad will get that 16-14, and it will go in the favor of Estonia. Because 7 rounds in a row, that's only going to put Ukraine at 14. So, if we do see that happen, that would be an absolutely crazy match, and that would mean that Estonia has to have like this 4-round romp at the end of this half to be able to bring this one back. But that's yet to be determined. The buy down from the Ukrainian side is not the most formidable. 2 Galils and 3 AKs. They don't have a whole lot of utility to work with either, so they're going to take a little bit of mid-control. They're going to try to get out here and try to punish some of the early aggression from the CTs, but they're holding stalwart right now. You've got Rups just watching for the Palace push, but we can tell from the mini-map that there's not going to be anybody coming in that area, and the big thing is Coldy behind this smoking A ramp is going to try to put a kink in the thing here for the CT side. He's going to try to push up and potentially pull a distraction, but they're taking a little bit of connector control. Flashbang going to go in towards the ladder room so they can take cat control. If they're able to get out, they could potentially pincer onto this B bomb site, but look at this. There's already 3 CTs over here.
Yeah, nice kill comes in from HS. Followed up by Fetch. Finally, a kill comes through. That's Zeus taking down Chetty. But apart from that, 3 versus 4, and it's looking very, very good for Estonia now. HS is going to be able to get a spray down through onto Coldy. Takes him out as well. It's all on Zeus. 1 versus 4. Makes it 1 versus 3, but the flash will go over to clear the angle, and HS going to clear him out of position. Nice little round comes through, and happy days.
Happy days indeed, because that's going to be a money reset here for Ukraine. So Estonia is going to have an opportunity to get up to that 14th round, that coveted tie point. Going to look to put it at match point going into the next gun round. But this is where things get really, really hectic for Ukraine. I never expected to see them bow out this early in this tournament, or this early in the qualifiers. They might not even get the opportunity to make it to Belgrade for the LAN tournament later on after this season is done. So really nice recovery from the Estonian side after getting completely beat down on that first one.
Yeah, and once again, Ukraine, nothing they can do in this round. They are just saving out to try and keep themselves off match point. But at this point, I think it's too late. So many buy rounds have gone the way of Estonia. So many times, Estonia have just walked all over them. And Ukraine, once again, losing the round. 14 on the board for Estonia, looking to take themselves match point. And if they take match point at this point, this game is over. Ukraine won't even get more than 8 rounds. They need to come back in right now, or they're gonzo for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and that's the scariest part about this right here, is that Estonia, they're on the back foot. This is a must-win round. If they lose this, their economy is going to be in shambles again. And, I mean, you can see the buy down. They've got $100 on their top player right now, and that's Smike. And the thing is like, they're fragging as a unit right now. 5 kills separating top and bottom, whereas you've got 3 players over 20 kills on Estonia and 2 players yet to get double digits. But it doesn't matter, because those 3 players are doing so much work at 22, 21, and 21 kills for Chetty, Rops, and HS that the combined total of 13 kills for Samban and Fedge doesn't even matter. That's crazy.
Yeah, Rob's going to take down Coldy, and already this round is going pretty nicely for Estonia. The AWP still rolling, and it's all on Angel. 1 versus 5, and what on earth has happened? This is match point in the bag. Oh my god, Estonia have just ruffle-stomped Ukraine, despite losing that first map on Cobblestone, which was their pick. This has just gone badly. Ukraine not even able to take more than 9 rounds on either map that they've lost, and Estonia just absolutely stomping on them. No buy going to be coming out in this last round. It's just pistols across the board. And Estonia are very, very willing and happy to win this game, as they will be moving forward into the second round of the qualifier. And Ukraine,
Third round,
they're
actually.
going home. Well, technically, yeah, but it's called the qualifier round 2, I believe. But then again,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't read, so it doesn't matter.
They won their first BO3. They're on to their second right now. Nice peek there from Fix. Going to find one and a rifle. That's HS. That's one of the problem children that they've been having to deal with throughout this one. They've still got Chetty and Rops that are going to be a pretty formidable duo left alive into this one. And see where they're actually playing. Rops is going to be... the number 9 man is going to be over by Jungle. Familiar spot. Chetty's going to be over here playing from the A bomb site ticket booth. So they've got a formidable defense over on the A bomb site. The fun thing is like these guys, Samfan and Fetch, they're just like, guys, come on, let us get some kills. But none of the pushes have really been coming in towards the B bomb site. So they've been super lonely throughout the duration of the second half. But Ukraine, if there was ever a time for you to hemorrhage the bleeding that's happening right now, it's right here, right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The frags will come through, and Ukraine actually finding themselves in a good position. 3 versus 1, all on Fetch now. Can he win this one for his team? He's got 1 kill, leaving it a 1 versus 2. And this clutch, maybe there is still a chance. Fix up on high in the palace. Maybe. This is still doable. The flank comes in, and somehow no kill, but finally Smike will make sure that he won't let this one slip. Fetch goes down, and Ukraine stay in for one more round.
6 rounds, though, the difference. It's still very, very difficult for Ukraine to come back into this one. And the fact of the matter is they've got a better buy into this round than the last. They only had pistols going into the last round, and they somehow managed to make it work. This time, they're actually going to have some AK, some rifles to work with. The big part about it is just the fact that the consistency from Estonia throughout these last 2 maps has been completely formidable. Extremely difficult for them to be able to come back from. And it's just so telling of the way that Estonia is playing this.
Alright,
And that's already a good start.
Zeus going down. Zeus, not really a player that there's much to say about. He has had a very bad game. And honestly, this is really just not good at all. Smike is going to go down there as Rock will come through. Makes it a double. Almost gets the tag off. There it is. The double comes in. And already it's Angel. 1 versus 5 to try and keep his team in the TWC 2016. But it's too late. This isn't going to work out for him, and he's going to go down. Flawless round from the counter-terrorists, and there's nothing else you can say. Ukraine just not able to get the work done somehow. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back 16-9 victories to take the series 2-1 for Estonia, and Kassad's probably over there grinning because he called it. He called both of those maps that went Estonia's way. We're going to hear more from those guys as we send it back over to the analyst desk. George, take us away.
Estonia managing to turn the whole series around. They were losing 1-0 and now winning the whole series. In the last map, 16-9, just like our analyst said. I gotta admit, I was doubting when you said that you think Estonia is gonna win, but obviously you were right.
You need to start listening.
Yeah, more often. Yeah. What would have happened if I listened to you like years and years ago?
Maybe you would be the guy on the server right now.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Mirage, Estonia had lead, then Ukraine started stomping on them, but they managed to stop that good play of Ukraine.
Chetty.
Yeah, Chetty was on fire.
Chetty was the guy who turned it around. I mean, the same as you, I thought Estonia was done. They had that interesting round where Fix killed 5 people on B.
and B.
And after that, they had a chance to reset the economy of Ukraine, and they picked the worst possible solution to go and execute. They just died without having any frags. Maybe I think 1 from the apps with a sniper.
In the end, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, but some like a exit kill or whatever. After that, the momentum switched on Ukrainian side. They were picking round after round after round, and then the round with Chetty. He killed like 3 people there.
Yeah.
The next round he killed 4 people, and it completely switched back the momentum to Estonia's side. And
They
I don't
kept it
know.
until the end.
Yeah, Ukraine just looked to me just not too much interested. Like they were in a hurry to catch a bus or something. It looked to me like that,
Yeah.
and simply Estonia wanted it more, I think.
Yep.
And they showed up with 3 people on the last map. I think Chetty, HS, and who was the third one? Robs.
Robs, yeah.
Robs was the guy who had over 20 kills. And when you combine these 3 players, and they took both pistols, didn't they?
Yeah.
So you combine all these things and you end up with a
You end
victory
up
for
with
Estonia.
16-9.
Even though they had Sam Van, who had 5 frags up until the last round, where he got what, a double kill or triple
Yeah.
kill. So in the first half, like Kassat said, it was Chatty keeping them alive, and once they got to the CT side, he guessed it correctly. HS was playing that connector area, and he got a lot of kills, because in the first half he was also around 10, something like that. So he got up to 20 in the second half. It looked like Ukraine maybe can come back after that round for Fix had, but Estonia managed to close it out. And now going into the second round, it will be interesting who they draw out, because they're looking, pretty solid.
We thought that this is going to be an easy task for Ukraine, but Estonia now seems like a tough team,
No, I mean, they played okay, I guess. Not to something spectacular, but they played okay. They showed up. I'm so glad that HS played so well in the second and in the third map, because I mentioned it before, he's really talented player, and European scene really need these kind of star players to show up to, because after Nico there is only Xantares, now there is this guy. I was kind of hoping one of the Serbian guys will be the same, like Nestor, Letny, and it wasn't like that so far, but I was kind of hoping, and European scene really needs those kind of players. Like in NA you have Stewie 2K, who is and what is the guy from TSM, Sick?
Yeah.
He is playing like a future star, and in European have this HS, you have Xantares, and we really need those kind of players, more of them.
To show up,
Yeah.
to bring in fresh blood to the scene.
Yeah.
Definitely, it backfired to Ukraine not showing up in the best possible lineup.
Yeah, I mean,
Basically,
I mean, on paper, they're definitely the favorites here, right?
Yep.
And they have in the roster, they have Edward, they have Simple. They're all in the 10-man or 15-man lineup there. But today, even losing that second map, they didn't change anything. They kept the same lineup, and well, this is the result. I mean,
I just wonder what's the reasoning behind lining up the not best lineup they can.
Maybe they thought that Estonia is going to be an easy.
It really looks like they're not too interested in
I mean,
playing
maybe
for
they
Ukraine.
called them and they just had other commitments. I mean, maybe.
Maybe we don't have that info, but definitely it backfired, and they won't be having the opportunity to
Fight
for the title of being the world champions. Yep. Just a final word about this duel.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking which will be the 3 teams that we can see, coming to land,
We were speaking
Ukraine
about
was
Ukraine, yeah.
somewhere up there, like Russia.
Yeah.
Russia has a chance, but I mean, amongst Sweden, Denmark, France, it's all favorites.
Yeah,
but
hopefully we'll have enough time to talk later a little bit.
yeah,
about that.
I wanted just to say, I mean, Ukraine was one of the 10 teams that had a
definitely.
chance, but like Kassat said, I think Estonia wanted it more, and they deserve it, definitely.
Definitely.
Congrats to Estonia.
Well-deserved win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, to sum up, 2-1 in favor of Estonia. That was the first match of the day. The second one will be between United Kingdom and Slovenia. Another interesting, hopefully, 3 maps. That match will start in about 15 minutes. Definitely the whole broadcast will start in 15 minutes. Hope to see you soon, so stay tuned with e-frag TV. See you soon.